Boom. And we are live. What up? What up? What up? What up? Yo, it's the God DJ Agony, two-time ATL's hottest, nominated for number three, and also known as the Doctor of Dope, DJ Agony himself. And yo, I'm just checking in with y'all because yo, it's been a long time since I seen my dope family, man. We ain't partied in a while. So I said, you know what? Let me drop in on these folks and just give them a what's happening. So, what's happening? Been a lot of stuff that we ain't talked about in a while. Like I said, I'm nominated um for ATL's hottest club event DJ for a third time. So let's get a third trophy. Let's take that home. Like I said, we could three-peat like Jordan did, like Kobe did. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and snatch up another trophy to sit around my house and make my shelves look great. But yeah, I'll be reminding y'all all through the show, yo, go to atlhottest.com, ATL Hottest, and vote for DJ Agony for hottest club event DJ, man. Make sure y'all get that vote in. And so I was thinking, you know what? I ain't talked to my people in a while. Um, let's hit them off with another list. You know, last time I gave y'all the list of most hated movie characters. Yeah, that was pretty fun, pretty interesting. It's, and the bad part was I only gave y'all 10, but it was like had like 15 in mind. So yeah, it's a lot of hated movie characters, a lot of bad people in movies. But nonetheless, so this week I got another top 10 list for y'all. Um and in the meantime, y'all just, come in and tell me how y'all been, man. Talk to me for a little while. But because I feel like where if you got a media platform, you got a push going. Why sit on your hands, man? This could stay running, what I'm saying, all week. And plus, I think about it like this too. If I got a media platform, this is perfect. Like I can say what I want to. So if I got anything going on, whether it be um any kind of good news or anything I want to air out or what have you, I got a media platform to do it on. Y'all excuse me right quick. I am just throwing some shares out because some people can't always necessarily find me or they say they can't. So now I'm eliminating all excuses as to why they not tuning in to the dopeness right now. Can't say, oh, you didn't hit me, man. That's what I'm doing as we speak. I'm hitting y'all up. Yo, I seen a lot of people got the nod from ATL's hottest this week. Big shouts out to Saga Balls. Big shouts out to uh um uh damn, who else? Jamal. Big shouts out to Cat Lady. She got a few of them nominations. Big shouts out to y'all. Who else? Big shouts out to the rest of y'all that I can't remember right now. And you know what the bad part is? I'm not even drinking yet, y'all, because it's so that's probably why I can't remember a damn thing because I'm not drinking. So let me go ahead and um get a little of this blood out my alcohol system right quick. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, by the way, football is officially started as of last Thursday. And so definitely big shouts out to the Cowboys and all the Cowboys fans, all the NFL teams out there. I mean, in my head, my Cowboys are gonna go 17-0 and take the Super Bowl and have the first perfect season since the Dolphins. But I'm gonna tell that story until it happens. That's how it's gonna happen too. So big shouts out to all my football fans out there. We finished sending these out, and boom. Let me. Did that work? I think it worked. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it worked. All right. I gotta send it one more time, and then after that, let's have some fun, people. You know, let's have some fun. Do do do. Oh, can't find it. All right. Well, that didn't happen. I guess we'll move on. So last week, I know y'all saw it. Most of it's been the talk of the week for all week. Last 7 days, the Locks versus the Dipset battle, and how Jada Kids pretty much shut the show down with in the middle of the show just shut down with a damn freestyle over Biggie Who Shot You. And yeah, it was really nothing Dipset could do after that. It was bad enough that he called them out and how they were rapping over their lyrics, which I mean, shit, we was on the underground on the low to the no. We knew not to rap over our lyrics. You know what I'm saying? You get you a show track with nothing but your hook in it, and it's supposed to be blank through the middle of it, and you're supposed to rap over the instrumental. Your hook comes in, you rap half your hook, the hook raps half itself so you don't blow out. And then you get ready for that next verse, do it all over again. But nope, it was almost like they had used their CDs or their MP3s at the house and say, just play these and we'll rap over them. Not a good look, Dipset. But the Lock showed them up on every sense of the way, maybe except fashion, because Dipset was up there in some wild clothes, but that's kind of what they're known for. Like, yo, them dudes was always crazy on how they dressed in the first place. So there's that. But yeah, so with us still being fresh off that verses and haven't seen so many good verses in the last year, you know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to the folks at Verses. It used to be Swiss Beats and Timberland, but they sold it to the guy from what is I think it's this guy that owns TikTok. That he bought the verses. So big shouts out to them. But yo, so from the verses that we've seen and to the ones that we want to see, my top 10 list tonight is the top 10 versus battles that we want to see. They ain't happened yet. Some of them can't happen because I do have quite a few posthumous entries on here. So some of these battles we'll never get to see. And it sucks, but that's how it is. And yo, we got a guest in the building. Got a guest in the building.
What up?
Hey, my godson's in the building.
What's
Skip,
good? What up, though?
what's good with you, man?
Chilling, man.
Hey, man, I was just letting the folks know what we got on tap for the night, man. First of all, did you watch the Jada Kiss battle? Well, my bad. Okay, let's start over. The the Locks versus Dipset battle.
You said Jadakiss versus Dipset battle?
That's what it was a Freudian slip. It was a
That's
Freudian slip. I didn't mean to say it like that because I am a big Chic Luke fan. I like Chic. I like Styles.
yeah. I rock with all of them, but
Right.
Jada didn't even need them.
And I hate to say it, but yeah, he didn't.
Yeah,
I
but
hate to say it.
to answer your question, yes, I did partake.
Yeah. And so, like I said, that battle was exactly a week ago today. So the top 10 list this week is the top 10 versus battles that we want to see.
Oh, that we want to see.
That we want to see. Right. Now, some of these will not happen because I got some posthumous entries on here.
Okay.
But we want to see them anyway. They just not gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, before we get into that, tell them about that thing you did today.
The thing I did today.
Mm-hmm. You remember when you got that email? I think.
The
inbox.
nominations are open. It's that time of year. Atlanta's Hottest Awards again.
Mm-hmm.
I was nominated for hottest hip hop male artist, hottest host.
I could testify to that one. Keep going.
And then also end of the year. I believe that's a new category.
You said what was it now?
Gentleman of the Year.
Oh man.
I don't know if it actually meant like being a gentleman. I open doors and stuff, but I don't know if it's that shit. I think it's just, how they the Miss ATL's hottest. So I guess this, they doing one for the fellas now. So
yeah, see,
who working, grinding, running. I've been in and out of state for a couple months on my grind, man. So and back on the music.
Indeed, man. You see, I'm just in here with a gaming headset on. This dude got a whole studio behind him.
Nah, taking things off. Being silly.
Heads, yeah. Yo, big shouts out to my LF in the building, Chandra Butler. What up, though?
What up, though?
With the big congrats out there. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
And tomorrow, your niece turns 16.
Wow.
Yeah, my baby's 16 tomorrow, man. Shout out to Nadia.
Definitely. Big shouts out to Nadia.
Love for you.
Yeah, all day, young. So yo, you ready to jump into this list, brother?
Let's get it.
All right, now mind you, these are in no particular order. They're in the order actually that I thought of them. So
Okay.
that's
That-
just where we at with it.
That's how it works.
Right. So it's not order of importance. So I want you looking at me like, yo, why is that number 10? Because it's the first one I thought of.
Right.
That's that's how it happened. So yo,
Where's my bell when I need it?
oh man, yo, yeah, take that bill from his ass. Shit. But yo, number 10, I got Mariah Carey versus Whitney Houston.
Hmm.
Two
Hmm.
two different styles, but for that late 80s, mid early to mid 90s era,
She was,
they held it down.
she was big. I think I would rather see Jennifer Hudson against Whitney vocally. Not not
Jennifer.
not the hits that they got out, just the vocal ability.
Oh, okay. I'm about
Not
to say yeah, because
strong verses, just the vocal ability.
Jennifer's catalog couldn't
Oh,
see
not at
Whitney's.
all. Not at all. Like I would like to see them do like a karaoke verses.
But see, and one of those things you can't count out Mariah because Mariah's one of the few female artists that hit that ninth octave.
Right.
That
Just don't turn the music off while she's doing it.
oh wow, so you can hear glass breaking and dogs barking.
No, so you can hear that that's not actually her.
Well, look, we can't all be Minnie
Mariah.
Riperton. We can't all be Minnie Riperton. And
Right.
what was the other sister? Denise Williams.
Right.
You know, those were the first two. And like I said, they reaching up to the point they're hitting a note that isn't even there. They
Right.
didn't write this note on the scale, so they had to put just pencil it in for them. And there's not many that have hit that, and Mariah's hit it. So it's like we got to give her that.
You're
And
right.
then you know her hits in the mid '90s, she did hit with a rush.
Yeah.
Like
She held it down for a good while.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and then when she came back out, the Emancipation of Mimi might be one of her best projects.
Right. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think that would be a dope versus you know, Whitney's just one of those ones like you know what you're getting with Whitney. Like Whitney's gonna bring it, and
No matter what tempo.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, whether it's a party song or whether it's a ballad, Whitney's gonna bring it. I mean, Whitney took an old country song. Whitney took a country song and made it an anthem. Like "I Will Always Love You" was on the radio for like 2 years. People didn't even watch The Bodyguard, and that song blew up.
It was on the radio before she even wrote it.
Mm-hmm. And Dolly Parton even said that, yo, this lady made me money though. She's
Right.
like, Dolly Parton said she cleared like 30 mil just off the royalties from that song because she had the original rights.
How you say it? Must be nice.
Must be nice. I need to write me a country song.
I
That's
listened to some country music earlier.
yeah, I'm gonna have to so I can write one of them songs. All I need is a sad story, a dog, and a F-150, and
And a
boom,
guitar.
country and a what?
A guitar.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you have the elements of a country song.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Ooh.
Oh Lord, he done thought of something, y'all. And he just pulled out a guitar. Now, if he pulls out a dog and an F-150, I'm out.
My birthday present.
Talk,
It was my birthday present.
talk that shit. Talk that shit. Yo, so number 8. Now, if anybody remembers the live series that me and more big shouts out to Morris Antonio and the live series we did last summer, we actually did this one, but the real artists haven't done it yet, and that's the one we're waiting on. Chris Brown versus Usher.
I've heard that quite a few times. I don't know
Yeah.
how I feel about that one.
I feel like Chris Brown is like the Usher 2.0. He's that finished beta version, and he came out like hot grease.
No, he definitely did. I don't. My opinion. I don't know if Usher could get with him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to agree with that. I think it would be a good battle because it's like bridging that generation gap. But my money's on Breezy.
Yeah, oh definitely.
I mean the fact that Breezy can actually rap and he got bars.
and he has bars.
Breezy got bars. That's the one thing we never heard Usher get on the joint and like for real just spit bars. Like, look at me now. Breezy killed that
He
shit.
spit bars.
I was scared to see where this going.
Nah, he did. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my top cruising the street. Remember, he spit a verse in there.
Yeah, yeah. And it was one of those things they had to put twist on the remix.
Now, baby, tell me what you want to do with me.
Yeah, big shouts out to Twister for that one. But yo, like I mean, but I would still want to see that battle. Like, you know, now if it came down to a dance battle, well, that's a shutout, breezy all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
man.
I think the younger Breezy when he I said, girl, no, excuse me, miss. I think that version of Breezy and Usher would be good. But this grown man Breezy,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking for Deuces breezy. I'm looking for no bullshitting. Like I kind of like grown breezy. Like it was like one of them things. Like yo, this dude went from puppy love just straight to fucking.
he went from I say yo, tell me fuck you back to sleep.
My hell, you talking about? Yo, definitely big shouts out to Chris Brown. All right, my number 8 one. Now this is for my folks down here in the South, because you know I always got to represent for the South. But this was always one of them what if conversations, sitting out on the block, drinking a little something, probably smoking a little something. 8 Ball and MJG versus UGK.
Absolutely, I would love to see that.
That would be one. Now the only thing bad about that is Pimp C won't be there. So I hate the fact that Pimp won't be there, but that one right there, down south classic for down south classic. Like, I mean, absolutely. I feel like there has to be a box Chevy on the stage when they do this.
Absolutely, I completely agree. That one, that I think that will be just as heavy as the Locks and Dipset was supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, that shit was so one sided.
Yeah, it was. It was like punching a one arm dude and just wailing on his ass.
All right, shout out to the dude with one arm that was bowling the other day too. He was killing him
with one arm.
Yeah, one arm. He was, bro. When I say he was getting it, he was getting it.
That's deep. Hey, all I can say is accept no limitations.
Word. And I felt kind of awkward because his shoe was untied, and I wanted to help him, but he was mean mugging. So I was like, you know what? Strike.
Hey y'all, that's my brother. Saga Boss is in the building. Saga Boss is in the building. You know, I know y'all wonder, like, yo, it ain't even Thursday yet. It don't have to be. Wherever we are, there could possibly be a show popping off at the moment.
It becomes Thursday.
It becomes Thursday all over again. You know what I'm saying? And this instantly fills up, and it's not ice water or tea.
I drink to that.
Salute. Mm-hmm. And we pick up where we left off. But yo, I honestly think 8 Ball and MJG versus UGK, I think that won't be a stalemate. I think that would end in a 2020 draw, and we just be stuck like this. Like we never get to answer that question.
No, we wouldn't be stuck, man. That would be one hell of a concert. And speaking of concerts, yo, shout out to Dipset, The Locks, and State Property all going on tour together.
Damn.
They announced it at the end of the verses.
That's like the best of summer 2002 right there.
And I think it's supposed to kick off September 11th or 10th, I believe. I forgot which day it was. And I think they starting off at Madison Square Garden.
Of course.
That's gonna be dope.
Damn.
Because you never know, special guest wise, who gonna come out on stage. Just like they just Kanye and Jay-Z just reunited. Like you never know who gonna come out.
Right.
Him and Beans might make up, and you know what I mean.
And if y'all weren't there, what was that? Between summer and fall of 01, when Jadakiss and Beans was going at it, yeah, y'all missed it.
Yeah,
y'all missed it.
Yeah,
just know that came down to a stalemate, and it spilled out of the studio and hit witnesses the streets. But then next thing you know, we got Nas and Jay-Z But before Nas and Jay-Z, it was Beans and Jada.
Right.
And that one got ugly.
But you might see Freeway might come out.
Yeah, I'm not saying, yo, Freeway, Petey Crack,
Crack.
like, you know what I'm saying, Chris and Neefy, damn.
Dragon
Right.
on. Like you never know. You never know who might come out.
Especially you talking about they starting off at the Garden.
Right.
Come on now. Yeah, that's
You know, with the whole Bury the Hatchet thing. What if Dipset brought out Mace?
mm,
Him and Camden, you know, added for a good minute, but they
for
was
years now.
back then. Like you never know. You never know.
Right, because they were cool. They grew up together. They used to be tight like that.
Right.
But yeah, that shit got ugly.
That
But
concert could have a lot of surprises.
yeah, a lot of what ifs in that ones, particularly at the Garden though. Like if you're gonna do something like that, you don't do that when in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Right.
You're gonna do it at the Garden. That's just what shit just. It's almost like the days of Summer Jam. You know what I'm saying?
You don't pull out the big guns for T-shirt Mississippi. Like you say that, bro. Yeah, but that could be dope. That could be dope.
That definitely be dope right there.
Yeah, that UGK joint that'd be tough.
Yeah, I think that one will have to come down to a stalemate. But it would be a hell of a show. That would be one of those verses I'd have to figure out how to rip and record because it's just it's too many down south classics that they were both involved in. And yeah, I'm here for it. I'll definitely be here for that one.
That's another one with some surprise guests like Players Anthem, like
yeah, and Outkast shows up.
Right.
Right. You know, that would be dope. But number 7 on the list, and this goes to an old beef. Now, if anybody remember back in the early days of 3 6 Mafia, and them and a lot of Memphis rappers were beefing with Bone. Like they were beefing hard with Bone. Everybody was making songs. Player Fly ripped on them. 3 6 Mafia made a whole album called Live by Your Rip when they were going out the Bone. Some of everybody. But you know, since then they've made amends. They've done songs together. Like Crazy Bone was all over Project Pat's first album. So they're good now. But now let's throw them catalogs against each other. Because at one time this battle was supposed to happen. Battle was supposed to happen back last summer sometime. And then all of a sudden it got canceled. I want to say it was around last August this battle was gonna happen. But Bone Thugs and Harmony versus 3 6 Mafia. Now that y'all through beefing and threatening to kill each other, let's throw them catalogs against each other. Let's see who had the hits.
I could dig that.
Now I kind of fell off with Bone after the first 2 albums I rolled hard with. Art of War, I was kind of spotty on, and then The Resurrection, I think that's where about I checked out. They done a lot of solo stuff since then, and it was hit and miss with me. 3 6, I kind of been rocking with them up until members start dropping off, and then members died, and it was just like, oh shit. But then the side projects were there. I mean, damn, like the Camp Posse tapes and Prophet Posse album, Project Pat's albums, all the 3 6 solo albums. So it's plenty of catalog to go around.
Right.
It would just really be like the style of music you into, and then really what them hits was what you was doing when them hits dropped. I mean, you think first of the month versus sipping on some syrup. You know what I'm saying? Both big hits of their day. And then, like you said, you know, we talking about surprise guests. UGK was in sipping on some syrup.
Right, and they still rock if they come on in the club right now.
Absolutely. But one thing that 3 6 didn't get a chance to do that Bone did, they got a song with Pac. And everybody remember Thug Love. Thug Love was one of them songs you might just listen to that in the room by yourself because you might hit the first person you see. You know what I'm saying? Look, the baby's learning how to walk. Thug Love. Now the baby got ain't laid out. Thug Love.
That's a good one too.
That'd be a dope one, though. That would be a dope one. Now, number 6, like I said, these were written in no order of importance. Matter of fact, I can't do number 6 right now. We're going to have to adjust the list a little bit, move that one right there. Okay, boom. So number 6 is now number 3. We're going to bring number 3 down. And so number 3 would be, now, I remember when they did the verses with Ludacris and Nelly. Nelly's internet was trash. Nelly was high and drunk. And he couldn't get the technical side working, and Ludacris just ended up just hanging out with the fans playing music.
Right.
So we're gonna get somebody capable for Ludacris. Number 6, Ludacris versus T.I.
and they had a brief a bumping of the heads.
Yep. You know, when Luda dropped that line, me getting beat. No, T.I. dropped the line, me getting beat down. That's ludicrous. So yeah, and
Yeah,
you know, Luda told him stay off the TIP of my dick. Yeah, you know,
yeah,
got a little rough on that song. If y'all don't know what song I'm talking about, Young Buck
young,
Stomp.
yeah.
Yeah, Young Buck Stomp the remix when it had both of them on there.
That
Mm,
that one would be interesting,
yeah,
just because their styles are so different,
right.
and
But
they both had hits,
they had
and they both claim to be the king of Atlanta.
right, and they had
That-
big hits around the same time. I mean, you got Rubber Band Man floating around with area codes.
right.
You know, was floating around with Move Bitch. Was floating around with I'm Serious. It's like the
Yeah,
hits are there, the
yeah,
features are there.
that one could be good.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Between the two of them, who would be the best feature artist? You had to do a song. Which one you gonna get on the feature?
Luda.
Amen.
It's just his versatility and his wordplay to me. Right?
I
And
mean,
I'm not taking nothing away from Ti. You know what I mean? That's the homie. But if I was making a phone call, who I was gonna call first, I would definitely call Luda first.
yeah. I mean, and when you say the versatility, when he did the track with it was I think it was Gwen Stefani, The Glamorous Life.
Mm,
Luda did the remix, and it's just like, oh, he could okay. Now, mind you, we talking about a whole crossover pop song, and Luda killed that remix,
right.
killed it, you know. But and then you know, Ti did the joint with MIA, the Paper Planes joint. And it was just like, okay, so you can step outside the box a little bit. You can
Right.
get outside the trap a little. That's cool. But yeah, as far as a feature goes, yeah, I'm calling Luda first.
Yeah.
Like first and foremost, that's gonna happen. All right. So now that that's number six, we're moving up to number five. Number five, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's just gonna cost a lot of money, a lot of money, but I think it's gonna go down.
Who
Number
that is?
five, number five, I got Jay-Z versus Nas.
You think that's gonna happen?
I think it's gonna be very expensive, but I think it can happen.
I don't know.
That's gonna be very expensive, dog. Especially since right now Nas is sitting on top of the mountain. Big
Yeah.
shout, big shouts out to Nas and that King's Disease 2. Number no, what is it? Number one on Apple Music, number one on Billboard, number one on Spotify. Like he's just number one straight across the board right now. It's like, yo, this dude should have been got his due. I felt like he never got enough. He never got that pub because he wasn't flashy or just gimmicky. But King, his music is still undeniable. Like I could go back and listen to I Am right now, and it was written right now. Now, mind you, these tapes are damn near 30 years old, but I
Yeah.
can go listen to them as we speak.
Right.
And Jay Z, we Jay Z's Jay Z. Like it kind of goes without saying.
I don't know. Maybe because when they had their fallout and the music was coming back and forth, I feel like that burnt out. My opinion, like that them two going at it, I feel like it burnt out then.
Mm,
I don't see that being a good versus now. Even though, like you said, Nas is killing it with the new album. I think, and I'm not saying Nas is not a lyricist. I think somebody else need to go at Jay.
who would be the one to go after Jay then?
I don't know. That's a question that somebody asked me before, and I don't have an answer to it. It's two people off top that I don't know who I would put against him: Jay-Z and R. Kelly. I don't know who I would put. Like, regardless of what some people, oh, you fuck with R. Kelly no more. Whatever that's your preference. It's your opinion. Musically, I don't know who we would put against him. Like, you would have to like one of his alter egos. Like,
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be honest. When asked about R. Kelly, who I would put against R. Kelly, and we're talking about just size of catalog, and it's still not big enough because you got to think R. Kelly wrote and produced
right,
other people's shit.
right, a
But
lot of other people shit.
as far as like that level of success, size and strength of catalog, the only person I could think that could match with R. Kelly would be Beyonce.
Hmm.
She's the best I could do as far as that goes. And as far as Jay, I don't think there's another artist that could sit on that mountain with Jay but Nas.
I don't know. I honestly don't. The only now this is one of my favorite artists, and the only reason why I wouldn't put him up against Jay in the verses is because as dope as he is, his albums never really hit how they supposed to consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Busta Rhymes got some classics, but the albums never really peaked. Like whoever was doing the production didn't give him that. But you put him on a feature. Oh shit!
Right.
Lil Wayne against who? Jay?
Who would Lil Wayne go up against?
Carter versus Carter? Or is she asking who would we put against Lil Wayne?
Who would I put? Who would I put against Lil Wayne?
I put Drake against Wayne.
You said Drake?
Yep.
I think Wayne will run through Drake. Honestly,
I don't know. Drake had one hell of a run.
Drake had a hell of a run. I think it was so Butler, answer me this. So you talking about Jay-Z versus Wayne? I mean, if we're talking about size of catalog, yeah. But
Content? Nah.
Nah.
He say some ill shit.
He has.
He has said some ill shit. I just
I don't know about that one. Just shooting ideas. Got you.
Somebody said he Snoop, and I was like, nah.
You said Snoop against who? Jay-Z?
Snoop and Jay is not a good battle. That's not a good versus.
Nah. I couldn't think of nobody. Like I'm being honest. Outside of Nas, as far as strength of catalog, the body of work, the artists themselves, the lyricism.
How you feel about L?
I'm gonna be honest. Just in a personal thing, I would want to see L against Kane. I mean, we talking about. I mean, that's the age old light skin versus dark skin too.
Right.
God damn, L got it.
It's hard to come up with a legit versus for Jay.
Like I said, it have to be Nas. He's the only one. Like, I can't think of anybody. I don't think there is anybody else. Kanye just doesn't have the weight as far as the catalog goes. And
Kanye different. He needs somebody different against him. Like he's different.
I'll put Kanye more of a producer battle than a rap battle.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, Keisha Cole's first album, he laced that shit. Right. Alicia Keys' second album, he laced that shit. Like, I would rather see Kanye in like a production battle against, I don't know, like Swiss or Just Blaze or something.
I can take that.
Yeah. Plus it'll give me an excuse to listen to Flip Side again. I fucking love that song. Just Blaze showed his ass on that beat. You had me thinking I was at a Puerto Rican Day parade in Philly somewhere.
Yeah, we got to sit on that J one, man, and put some. And I've been asked that a couple times. Who would you put against? I don't know.
It, like I said, it's like you have no choice. It had to be Nas. And I get it. They passed it at this point, and Nas said he'll never perform Ether again. He said that some years ago, right? He don't perform Ether no more. They passed that, and they've done songs together, and it's like, yo, that's cool. But who has the strength of catalog, along with the lyricism and hits, to match Jay-Z?
That's a good one,
man. It's the chicken and the egg, y'all. I don't think we'll ever come to a resolve on that one.
That's a good one.
Now, this one should have happened too, but yeah, I don't think this was gonna happen either. But we should have got this one. 50 and Ja. I kind of want to see that one only because 50 is petty as fuck, man. Like, you bought out this man's show. He's doing a small college and was doing like what, $5 tickets.
And you took all the seats.
Bought all the seats. And 50 said, I didn't give a damn about him getting paid. I just wanted him to perform in an empty arena.
uh, yeah,
But you know what though? Okay, so yeah, in '03 we lost it when 50 came out. We all lost our damn mind. But we cannot act like Ja wasn't holding it down starting about 98, 99.
yeah, and he had a good. Him and Ashanti had a good run.
Had a hell of a run. Had a dope run. I remember the 6 feet underground, the holla holla, how many want to die with me, which they used to stay on repeat.
Yeah,
And then he had a hell of a team with him, the Murderers. Like, I mean, that Murderers album, that's another one. I played the shit out of that album.
but you would
But
want to see that. That's. I
because
wouldn't. I wouldn't want to see that because everything everything John put out, 50 had something for it. Like that's that's not a fair one.
I'm gonna be honest. I think it'll end if 50 will mess around and do Wankster first, and it just like end like
I think 50 versus the game would be a good one.
that would be great. I would love to see. I would pay money
That
to
would be
see that
good.
one. That would be dope. That would be dope. Like you got two different coasts,
Mm-hmm.
similar in style, because when they did Hate It or Love It together, it was that blend was just right.
Right.
And then what was the joint? This is how we do. Like the blend with the right. It was, but you had two chiefs in one tribe. Like it just
Right.
didn't work, man. And I hate that didn't work because
And
that would have
game,
been
game got some hits, bro.
Game got some crazy hits. That Doctor's Advocate was no joke.
Hmm?
No
I
joke.
think that
And then mind you, like with 50, I mean his first two albums were stamped on the way out the door.
I feel like you put John on the stage with 50. 50 gonna bully him. I don't think I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? I think they'll have more of a mutual respect kind of thing. Like I think 50 will get up there and do to Ja what Kiss was doing to Joel's. Took his band-aid off and threw that shit, pushed him. I think that's what 50 would do. Like so,
Hey, at his bad, we talk about some 40-year-old man. He's still gonna get his ass bullied.
right. Like, I think him and Game will be able to like get their joints off and it'll be a mutual respect kind of thing. He's not gonna respect Ja.
That's true. That's true. And you know what? You got to take that part into account. I didn't even really think
Right.
about
A lot of
that.
people just tune in just to see him bully him. Like they wouldn't even care about the music. And like you said, he had some good stuff.
Ja had bangers. Ja had bangers.
He had some good stuff. He had some good club bangers.
Absolutely. Ja had bangers. Like, but then I mean, damn, but you get 50 Cent up in the club. Like that
Right?
song came out in '03, and you play that in any club now, all you hear is that doom, 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 doom.
That
Go,
ain't gangster.
go. Wanks. Oh shit. Wankster was so disrespectful.
Right.
I mean, the line that did it for me, damn homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? All that line was disrespectful. That line was disrespectful, man. Yo, big shouts out to everybody watching, man. Big shouts to my LF in the building, man. What up, Butler? But yeah, man, that he said people will watch it just see him get bullied. The
Just
fact, the
what
fact,
happened.
the fact that you use the word bully, that we talking about dudes like in their mid-40s right
It don't even matter. It don't even matter.
Oh shit! Like he gonna push him on the playground and shit. Like
Right.
that's all I see in my head.
Right. He gonna go take his lunchbox and all that good shit. Like we don't
Right. Drink his juice in front of, throw the sandwich all in the dirt.
right.
This is all bad.
And the craziest part about it is he came in clowning Ja Rule for singing, and then he started singing.
Yeah.
I take you to the candy shop.
Oh, that's yeah. That did happen, didn't it? Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, window shopper.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it on the window shopper video? Maybe it's just me. Why did it look like him and Mace was on like a little day date?
You said a day date. They was on a bro date.
Yeah, it's like just in the middle of the day, we out shopping, and Mace got this giant ice cream cone, and I was just like, "What the fuck? I'm done." I'm like, "Yo."
See, we can say that, but Ja Rule couldn't say that.
Oh nah, he'll fry Ja Rule ass if he said that.
Man.
Yo, that shit would be ugly. Now my number three is a little different, and I see this one pop up a lot. People really want this one. This one needs to happen. This one can happen. Cash Money versus No Limit.
Yes.
Bring the tank versus the
I, I
Cash Money Army.
I think it, now if they can get all members of Cash Money on board, I think Cash Money got it.
I'm thinking like as long as we count just the base Cash Money stuff, because you got to think Wayne's catalog is bigger than probably both of theirs together.
Right. No, but
So
I
we're
mean,
talking about just strictly
yeah, bring back
everything from about 500 degrees and backwards, and the Hot Boys tapes,
mm-hmm.
Juvenile, BG,
Mm-hmm.
Turk solo album, the Big Timers album. We take just those, and then we jump out. Now, mind you, don't sleep on No Limit, because No Limit dropped, what was that, in 98, 99? They dropped like 26 albums off the tank. Man,
Yeah.
they were averaging 2 a month.
They were, but my opinion again, they wasn't all hits. It was just a lot of music. They flooded us with music.
I'm gonna be honest with you. No Limit was good for having an album. You'll have a banging ass radio hit,
yeah,
and maybe like 2 or 3 good songs off the album,
and then the rest was like, all right,
right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. And this album had probably one of the coolest covers I ever seen. Silk the Shocker, Charges to the Game.
Yeah,
had the coolest album cover I ever seen. I want to say I might have liked maybe 4, maybe 6 songs on that whole album.
I could give you that, but I think as two units going against each other, I think Cash Money got the upper hand on that.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. We still got to count Mystical's albums.
Do we count Nicki
with Cash Money?
Yeah.
Now see that would be the catch with Cash Money.
Right.
How far up are we going versus how far back? We're talking, like I said, we're talking classic Cash Money with like I said, 500 degrees, 400 degrees.
They had no females, right?
Huh?
They ain't had no females.
No. And see, what's the name? No Limit had Mia X. They had Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think just the sheer size of the No Limit camp though, like the I'm About It soundtrack. Now, mind you, these weren't all hits like radio hits. These were a lot of them were like hood classics.
On the hood.
Yeah. Like I said, these some old box Chevy originals right here. I don't know. Like I said, on that, like you said, with radio hits, Cash Money blew up after Bling Bling. Like Bling Bling came out.
Absolutely.
And everything for them just took the fuck off, and it was like they couldn't stop dropping hits at that point.
That it would be a good one, but I think Cash Money squeak by on that one.
Yeah, so you had to get that one to the.
That would be good energy.
Yeah.
They had, remember, Cash Money had not Cash Money, excuse me. No Limit had a lot of pep rally music.
Yeah. Absolutely. Friday, you hear the band,
right?
Big shouts out to Magna High School class of 2001. Yo, I just got up with them folks a couple weeks ago. We partied like it was still 2001. But except for that Sunday, I didn't budge. I was like, y'all on y'all own. We went too hard last night. But yeah, No Limited Cash Money, man. I'd be here for that one. I'd definitely be here for that one. Now, I had one, it was kind of like an honorable mention. Before I get to 2 and the 1, the honorable mention would be NWA versus the Ghetto Boys.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like that one.
NWA versus the Ghetto Boys. Now, mind you, I'm talking base NWA, really straight out of Compton, because that was the only album that was all of them at one time.
Yeah.
Now in NWA, do we count the DOC album? Because it was like a side project at the time. Yeah.
I mean, but it was still during that time. They still was together. I think you would have to count it.
I do.
It's during that movement.
Right. I mean, because the DOC, if you have not heard DOC the formula, my goodness, Nelly said that he listened to that album as an adult and said that the DOC was the biggest what if story in hip hop. If he had never gotten that car accident, what would have happened? Because I mean, the formula is one of those ones you can still listen to now.
Right.
And NWA gave us what we now know as the Posse song, where the last song on the album, everybody in the camp jump on it. Yeah, that started on the Formula album, the very first grand finale. Not all the other ones you done heard. There's a bunch of songs like our grand finale, the very first one on the Formula.
Yeah,
So
that. But
that would be one of those ones though. It's like the Ghetto Boys took what NWA was doing in LA and just did it in the South, did it in Texas, but they were almost like telling the same story. It's like, oh yeah, police kick our ass out here. We sell hella drugs. Niggas is gang banging. Niggas get shot. It happens out here too. So it's one of those things. Like I would have loved to seen that. Like, and the thing about like this, if we put that battle together, that's in essence putting together Scarface versus Ice Cube,
right.
which actually was a proposed battle at one time. They proposed Scarface and Ice Cube, but what Scarface said he wanted to do with a twist to it, battle each other with each other's songs. So Ice Cube picked his top Scarface songs. Scarface picked his top Ice Cube song, and they battle each other with each other's songs.
That could have been good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like the first time I saw that happen, Pete Rock and DJ Premier were in a club in Japan battling. And I say club, but this looked like a really small arena. It was that big. But they're battling each other with each other's songs. So Premier might mess around and drop Troy, the CL Smooth joint. And so Pete Rock could jump out there and play Mass Appeal by Gangstar.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Just because it'll be interesting to see what they picked.
Absolutely. I gotta pick your songs against you. Right. You gotta pick my songs. And to this day, I feel like when we talk about storytellers in rap, those two really don't get the credit they deserve.
Especially Scarface.
And Ice Cube. Like, when you listen to songs like Once Upon a Time in the Projects and What Can I Do? My Summer in St. Louis, like Today Was a Good Day. Like these were songs where you Steady Mobbing. You felt like you were walking shoulder to shoulder with Ice Cube.
Right.
So NWA and the Ghetto Boys, I think that would be perfect just because it's like the same story in two different languages. What was going on in Houston versus what was going on in South Central LA. I think that would have been a great one. Right. And truth be told, the Scarface Ice Cube battle could happen. I mean, and they're friends, and they did a song together. They did what was it, Hand of the Dead Body, off the Diary album, which I shouldn't have been listening to it at the time, but my brother played the shit out of that stuff. And so big shouts out to my older brother for leaving his door unlocked and leaving his CDs out so I could sneak in there and borrow them. Big shouts out to you for that.
That's what big brothers is for.
Absolutely. Now the number 2 is one of those ones. We'll never get this one, and I really hate it, but it would have been a major for hip hop. Pac and Biggie.
I don't know if I like that, even though it's always been and always will be that Pac versus Biggie. I don't think it would have been. For one, Pac's catalog was too big.
It was bigger than Biggie's.
It was way bigger than Biggie's. Big had a lot of stuff. Don't get twisted. He had a lot of stuff, but Pac had tons of music.
I mean, because if we just talking albums, what would it be, like a 6'2" kind of thing going on?
You know what? I would, because of the contrast in styles, I think Pac versus Jay would have been good.
So had Pac lived against, so you talking about?
But see, now That's hard. That what you was about to say. If Pac was still, it's hard because we don't know.
We don't know what Pac would have did after '96.
Right. We don't know where he would be. But just his energy and his content and his hits against Jay. I think that would have been something.
I think it would have been. I think it would have been better if we did Biggie and Jay, Battle of Brooklyn.
Yeah, that works too.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think Biggie would have mopped Jay. I'm sorry. I listen to songs like "What's Beef" and "Who Shot You" and "Niggas Bleed." He'd have mopped Jay.
But I'm a big Biggie fan, but I think big Biggie versus Pac. I don't know if it's because of the whole East Coast West Coast thing and how that went. I think I'm tired of hearing it, I guess.
So about like with the Nas Jay-Z thing.
Right, yeah. I want to see him against somebody else.
And it's one of those things though, it's like, you kind of gotta respect it. Like that's gonna be the talk of the barbershop.
Right.
As long as there are people getting haircuts for the duration of barbershops. It's
Right.
always gonna be questions like, what if Mike Vick never went to jail? What if Pac and Biggie never got killed? Like those are those barbershop questions, and this is where a lot of this stuff come from.
I got Jay.
Okay.
Bless his soul, man. DMX and Jay would have been a good one.
We got one.
DMX and Jay would have been a good
one. Yeah, I had to give you that one.
And remember, DMX had a thing for Jay for a minute.
He been trying to get at Jay.
Right.
Well, he told him
with him getting X'd out. Like, I think that would have been a good one.
That would have been a real good one.
Jay him with that smooth laid back and in attack mode, and then came back with the. I think that would have been a good one.
That would have been a good one. Damn. Okay, we got one. That'd have definitely been a good one. Damn, that would have been good. Yeah. So we finally found one for Jay. And we mess around and find one for R. Kelly. We in the money at that point. We selling that idea.
Bro, the only person I could think will be Mike
Jackson. Well, see, Mike already paired up with somebody. Mike's paired up against the only person that you could pair him up to.
Prince.
Absolutely, that's the number one entry, y'all. Mike and Prince. Now, Mike and Prince, that was reserved for number one. That was on purpose. The rest of them, yeah, I kind of wrote them in order that I thought of them, but Mike and Prince would have been like the holy grail of concerts.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna be honest, that one would have been hours long. Like
you know how much overtime the people from the ambulance company would have got?
Man, the people selling popcorn. You know how many times they make it $8.50 an hour, but they gonna be there for 16 hours.
No, just think of how many people pass out when them two be in concert. Like the ambulance and hospitals are gonna get paid.
oh, you talking about once they truck them back in the meat wagon? Yeah, because after a few hours they're gonna be done cleared the first 5 rows after a couple of hours.
And those catalogs are long
and amazing though. Like, and I'm not talking about Prince's vault. I'm talking about just the stuff he released, because his vault, vault is a whole nother career for somebody else.
Just pick a simple 15, 20 songs and think that was gonna Mike would have been like, hold on, I'm not done yet. Wait a minute, I got one more. And then Prince was like, I've got another one too. What do you want to do, Mike?
and Prince would come up there and just start wailing on that guitar and make a song on the spot. And it'd be one of those things, like you think about the people that Prince put over, the new power generation, the revolution, Sheila E., like Morris Day, Alexander O'Neal. Like Prince put so many people over.
Right.
He could always reach on that stuff. But then at the same time, Prince would be the type that Mike would go off on some unreleased shit. Prince would have a song so unreleased because he just made it on stage. I
Right.
don't know.
Woo. Yeah,
Dude,
that's one for the books.
that would definitely be one for the books. That would have to be one of those ones start at 8 and don't make no plans for tomorrow type thing.
Right.
Hmm. Yeah, because
I
we're
would
gonna
say
be going,
it's a sleeping shut in.
man. What used to call them? We were little lock in.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, Prince versus Michael Jackson, the number one versus battle that we want to see as music fans. And I'm telling you, it would be dope, y'all. I'm telling you, like, and a lot of this stuff is just stuff that I think of that, some of it is personal shit. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Bone and 3-6, yeah, that was a personal one. But at the same time, y'all will watch it. Y'all like First of the Month. Y'all like For the Love of Money. Y'all like sipping on some syrup. Y'all told the club up. So,
I would say this though, with the versus battles that we have had already. I ain't gonna say I liked all of them, but there was a couple who was like, "Yo, that was perfect."
um, well, I really like the Snoop DMX one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat really kind of gave me nostalgia, and I was back and forth with people all week because my money was on Bobby Brown, but Keith Sweat he proved some shit to me. Like Keith Sweat went deep into his bag, like. He was deep in that bag up to here. He had stuck his arm in so far.
Well, the Isley brothers and Earth with the Fire.
Yo, Steve Harvey blew that one for me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like, dude, you were there, but you ain't in the group, man.
right.
And somebody tell Steve Harvey the high tops weren't real.
The Jill Scott and Erica
Erica
Badu.
Badu, that one was a whole vibe. Oh my goodness, that was one of those ones like if
The rumor that went around, I would have liked to see it. Mary J and Tony Braxton. I think that would have been a good one.
I'm gonna be honest, who I would put against Mary J, and that's because their styles are so similar to me. I would have put Faith against Mary J.
Hmm?
Matter of fact, now that I think about it, we did that one. Big shouts out to the Versus series being at Morris Antonio last summer. We did that one. I think I had Faith in that one.
Yeah, remember. No, you wasn't there. You was there for the end of it, I believe, when I was doing the Who Got It.
Are you talking about on the show?
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I remember we did Ashanti and what was that? Ashanti and Keisha? No, was it Ashanti and Rihanna or Ashanti and Keisha
Cole,
Cole?
Keisha Cole.
That's
But
what I thought.
we had some good ones on there too.
Yeah,
Just I applaud them for coming up with this, especially when they did during the pandemic. It was much needed.
absolutely. And then nobody knew it was going to jump off how it did because it was really they got on live and on a drunk night and just started playing beats against each other.
Right,
And then next thing you know, Scott Storch and Manny Fresh came on the next week. Then what was it? Lil Jon and T Pain was the next week. It's like, yo, we should make a thing out of this.
right. Them for doing the verses and DJ Cassidy when he was
Oh, the
doing
Pass the Mic
the
series.
mic joint.
Yeah. DJ, he showed out. Because
Yeah.
before Cassidy, D Nice, when D Nice was doing the club quarantine,
Mhm.
oh, that shit was amazing. Like, I didn't even know D Nice could cut like that. I thought D Nice was just a rapper from back in the day. I didn't know he cut like that. But yeah, but Cassidy took it to another level where he actually had the artists pop up in the live. I was like, yo,
That was dope.
that
Watching
shit was
those,
live. That
music is something about music, man. You could be in the worst mood, and music could change your whole attitude.
these are
So
facts.
being stuck in the crib and frustrated, and then you get some entertainment like that was dope. Like it was almost like going to a live concert. So
These are
shout out
facts.
for definitely doing what they did during all the DJs that was on lives and doing stuff and
Yeah.
you and Morris, what y'all did was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So
Instagram still trying to shut me down for that shit. And I keep having to keep putting up the same response. It was for entertainment. I
right,
didn't receive any money. I didn't charge any money. Quit fucking with me, Instagram.
right.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was all we could do at the time,
You know,
stuck in the house.
I'm getting notifications now from shows we did on Instinct
Yeah, they talking about like, oh, we had to mute your video. I'm like, dude, I ain't seen that video in years anyway.
Do you understand? It was 4 years ago. Go ahead and mute it. I ain't watching it no more anyway. Like,
Right. And I get those notifications too, and I just I'm not putting nothing up in there, trying to dispute that shit, man. But yo, man, appreciate you coming through, man. What you got coming up next, man? Because you here, there, everywhere, and nowhere at the same time, man.
What's this weekend? I will be rocking. Shout out to BJ Bowman, man. And the Southern Players. They was just in I believe they was in Alabama. This past weekend. And I was supposed to go, rock with them. But I had daddy duty. Baby girl birthday tomorrow, so we took her out this past weekend. But I know we got 2 more shows coming up, and I'll be on stage rocking with them, with the Southern Players.
Good shit.
On some of their stuff, and then some stuff that me and BJ have. I got a trip to Miami coming up in a couple weeks. We were supposed to be going to Vegas, but we put that off, trying to get some other stuff established before we head out there. But man, I'm just like back. You see, I got her up and ready. So this is what I've been doing, man. Just writing and trying to get things right between the music. There's a couple movies we in the process of writing. Still debating on if we're gonna bring the DTTO show back. It's I miss it, so I want to do it. It's just it gotta make sense. With everything that, shout out to Kat, man. Since she's been took over as the manager. She's managing myself and BJ.
Oh, that's what's up.
So she been honest, man. We writing and performing, and shout out to Fats. Fats still on his tour. I'm hosting a lot of the stops on his tour. We just did two spots in Tennessee. We did Richmond. We was in Greenville, South Carolina with Tracy, Runway Diva. What up, sis?
Oh, what up, Tracy?
I know they're going to New York Fashion Week. I don't think I'm going to participate because I believe that's the same weekend my homie jumping the broom, and I'm in the wedding, so we'll be in Florida for that. Just working. Trying to get right. I was quiet for a long time, and then I took a break for a minute because I was going through some stuff. But yeah, it's back in grind mode.
Hey, guess who's Bizak?
Look, just got a guitar. Just trying to learn how to play that. I'm mess their head up, bro. I'm going acoustic.
Oh shit.
Vocals. I'm trying to get my T-Pain on a little bit without the auto tunes, and just have fun, man. Doing what I'm doing, and pushing. See where it go.
Indeed, man. And yo, like we said earlier, man, atlhottest.com. Anytime you see Saga Boss name, check like. Anytime you see DJ Agony name, check that shit too.
Yeah.
And few other folks we rock with. Shout out to Kat. Check her name.
She got 3. ATL Hottest Cares for her nonprofit, and then what we're doing with the Couples Lounge. She has promotions and marketing company. She's nominated for, as well as Hottest Fashionista. She like to dress.
That is true. She be wearing some shit.
Yeah, so she nominated for them 3. I know BJ's nominated. It'd be hard because it's a lot of people that we rock with that's nominated. So it's hard. I'm glad I got multiple emails so I could try to spread the love a little bit.
Right. Because that's what we do, man. And it's like it even get to the point where some of the DJs I know and got cool with, like, yo, big shout out to DJ Conan, man. Like, I just talked to him last week just because.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he first year he got one of them, and then I got the next 2. So that's gonna be a foot race in itself. But I mean, brother, do his thing though, man. So it's a, how you would say, a friendly competition, but at the same time, it's DTTO for life. I'm still determined to take over. Just because the label and logo different, I'm still determined. Look, hey, that was a mantra. That wasn't just a brand or a show name. That was how we lived, y'all.
Yeah, that was my mentality when I moved here. I want
Indeed.
to be involved in everything, and I can say I'm involved in a lot.
No doubt.
It's crazy because I was hosting, and then just happened to get back on this music thing, and this year I'm nominated for hip hop male artist. So and it's new music about to drop. I got like 5 or 6 joints. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. If I want to do like a little EP and drop them all together, if I just want to single it out. But it's definitely new music coming, and I'm talking that shit. So
Talk that shit.
yeah, but
Did. Tell them where to follow you at, man.
I ain't arguing with nobody no more. I'm writing a song about you.
Man, look here.
Follow me everywhere, man. You know how I always say it. Follow me everywhere at Saga Boss, as long as you don't got them red and blue lights on the top of your vehicle.
Man, hell nah. Turn off if you see them.
Yeah, but yeah, man. You know, it's always good to rock with you, brother. I don't care if it's with the turntable and the microphone on a platform such as this.
Oh man, this is what we do, man. This is what we do, and we gonna keep rocking. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these just be them impromptu dope nights where it's like, you know what, let me go hit the dope. But instead of being on some crackhead shit, I just turn the goddamn live on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Hey, y'all know where to find me, man. The God DJ Agony 7 on Instagram, but y'all see the tag right there, Dope Enterprise on Instagram, Dope Enterprise on Facebook, man. Follow me there. Share, watch, like, comment, share this live. And like I said, when you see me go live, just tune in and enjoy yourself, man. That's what I'm here for.
All
Yo,
right.
but we're gonna be back at you with another show. We got interviews coming up all month. Shout out to 1820 Hats. Shout out to Andrew Snorton. We got interviews all month, y'all. So y'all stay tuned to this dope shit, man, because it ain't gonna do nothing but get better, man. We ain't been on a hiatus for a little while. It's been retooling, man, but dope ain't never gonna go well. And I tell everybody, yo, good dope sell itself.
Right.
So as long as I keep
this message.
You said what?
My name is Saga Boss, and I approve this message.
Man, my boy gets it, man. Yo, until the next time, man, it's the God DJ Agony. My brother Saga, that way. My brother Saga Boss. And we out.
See you next
Peace.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.